There's just so much information swirling around these days, it's easy to feel completely swamped. So here at the Deep Dive, our whole goal is to give you that shortcut, that way to really get informed without drowning in data. We try to cut through it all, bring you the key stuff, the surprising bits, those moments that make you go, aha, and fast. Today, we're diving into something pretty groundbreaking, I think. It's EON AI Ventures Global Grand Challenges Blueprint. And this isn't just some press release. It's a big strategic move with EON Reality, world leaders in AI-assisted VR and AR. They're aiming to basically flip the script on how new companies get started.
Yeah, that's right. What's really, revolutionary here is how it shifts the whole paradigm. Usually venture creation starts with someone having an idea, right?
Yeah.
The ideation first thing, this blueprint. It completely flips that. It actually gives entrepreneurs a really comprehensive roadmap and one that's already been de-risked quite a bit. It points directly to these high-value problems that are just sitting there waiting for an AI solution, like mapping the treasure before you send out the expedition.
And the scale you mentioned, it's just immense. We're talking about a curated list, 60 validated business opportunities, each one with unicorn potential. I mean, 60 pre-vetted paths to maybe billion-dollar companies. And they're not random ideas either. Each one tackles these really fundamental challenges, stuff affecting billions of people all over the world across 6 big regions. And it's all built on the back of EON Reality's AI-powered incubator platform, which has been running since, February 2023, already proving itself out. Can you give us a feel for the kind of problem, though? What are we really talking about?
Oh, absolutely. So imagine using AI to totally rethink, say, elderly care, especially in countries where the population is aging really fast. Not just tweaking current systems, but creating entirely new models of care. Or think about sustainable agriculture in really dream parts of the world, creating new economic models, using AI for super efficient water and resource management. These are specific high-impact challenges, the kind of massive problems this blueprint targets, things that are often, too big or complex for the usual venture approach to handle effectively.
Okay, that makes sense. And building on that scale, what makes now the right time for something like this? It feels like a confluence of things.
Precisely. Yeah, we're at this really unique point, kind of an inflection point, where 3 huge factors are coming together. First, you've got these massive global challenges, climate adaptation, education access, healthcare equity, you name it, affecting billions, still largely unsolved. Second, powerful AI tools aren't just for big tech anymore. They've become much more democratized, accessible to entrepreneurs everywhere. And we're not just talking, basic chatbots. We mean specialized AI agents that can help prototype fast, simulate markets, even help write code. It lowers the bar significantly. And third, there are literally trillions of dollars out there, sovereign wealth funds, institutional capital actively looking for high-impact investments that tackle these exact kinds of problems. So this deep dive, it's really about how this blueprint connects all those dots in a unique way.
Okay, so if it's a de-risk roadmap, what does that actually mean for an entrepreneur? How does it cut out that initial, often really painful guesswork phase?
That's a really good question, because it's not just a list of ideas, right? It's a blueprint based on meticulous research. EON's AI has already done a huge amount of legwork, analyzing market gaps, validating the problems with tons of data, even sketching out potential AI solutions. So basically, it aims to cut out maybe the first 6 to 12 months of fumbling around that kills a lot of early ventures. Entrepreneurs can just hit the ground running with something already validated.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like, a dream start for a founder. So the core idea, the real innovation here with this Global Grand Challenges blueprint is moving way beyond just small improvements. It's about finding these transformational opportunities, as they call them, where AI can build entirely new markets, solve problems for whole populations. So transformational, are we talking like inventing a completely new way to deliver healthcare in remote areas, not just building a slightly better booking app?
Exactly that. Yes, it's about reimagining how whole sectors could operate. And the fascinating part is how they help entrepreneurs actually do it, using the whole integrated EON ecosystem. So you can use EON XR to whip up these amazing interactive VR or AR prototypes of your AI solution, like almost instantly. Investors, early users, they can literally step inside and experience it before it's even fully built. That's huge for getting early buy-in. Then there's the EON on Marketplace Day 1 distribution to over 42 million users globally. Instant reach. But maybe the most revolutionary piece is the funding access through EON Venture Bridge. It connects entrepreneurs directly with, get this, over $40 trillion in global sovereign wealth funds.
That number, 40 trillion. It's just staggering.
Okay, but when you hear trillions in sovereign wealth funds, you immediately think, how on earth does a startup even get near that? It sounds incredibly complex. How does the EON Venture Bridge actually simplify that? Right, well, think of it like this. Normally, a startup spends months, maybe years, just trying to find the right investors, knocking on doors. EON Venture Bridge acts as a direct, pre-qualified channel to some of the world's biggest pools of capital. It essentially cuts through a lot of the usual red tape and the long due diligence process. Yeah. Because it's presenting these fully vetted, high-impact opportunities that are already aligned with what these big funds are looking for, those long-term, impactful investments.
That speed and direct line, it really could change the whole venture creation landscape. The ambition is just incredible. And the metrics they're aiming for match it. A 50% or greater unicorn potential. That's astonishing in the VC world. And the speed 6 to 12 weeks to a market-ready solution. Compared to the usual 12, 18 months just for an MVP, that's a massive leap. What are the biggest hurdles, though? What challenges does EON AI Ventures see in actually hitting that kind of unicorn rate, especially moving that fast?
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's incredibly ambitious. While the blueprint de-risks the start, the challenges definitely shift. They shift more towards execution and scaling incredibly quickly. So the main focus becomes finding and really supporting the right entrepreneurs, the people who can actually wield these powerful tools and resources effectively. You need founders who aren't just innovators, but who are also capable of navigating global markets, building teams super fast, scaling infrastructure to meet potentially huge demand. It really comes down to finding and backing those visionary leaders capable of executing at that level.
It really feels like this could fundamentally alter the landscape. We're at this amazing moment, aren't we? You've got these huge global needs, AI becoming truly accessible, and all this capital looking for a home. This blueprint seems less about just building companies and more about systematically tackling the world's biggest problems. So maybe we can leave you, the listener, with a thought to chew on. Given everything we've talked about, this convergence of need, tech, and capital, what massive global challenge. Something affecting billions, do you think is just screaming out for an AI-powered solution, one that could genuinely create a whole new market? What's the biggest problem you see just waiting for that kind of transformative AI breakthrough?